Hey guys, what's going on only? My name is AJ. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Build a City. Yes, I am still ill. I think this is literally like, I don't know, week 4? Maybe week 5 of me having a cold. It's not corona. It's not coronavirus. It is just a cold so far. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I hate being ill. We're going to continue on with our factory this episode. We're going to try and do more than what we done last episode. Last episode was a little bit of a fail, but we got it working in the end. And I've gone ahead off camera and I've swapped out all of these sticky pistons for regular pistons. And that has solved the sort of split plot problem that we had. Oh, let me turn my volume down. There we go. So as you can see, it all stays in one lump now, when before the sticky pistons were sort of pulling away like a third of it, and it was all a little bit funky. Okay, then we moved on to this part. We were sort of prepping for this episode. I want to try and get a lot of it done today, so I want to try and work a little bit quicker. We've got this Coca-Cola dispenser. It's just a normal dispenser, but it fires out what is going to be milk into the hoppers. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse the direction of these hoppers to go back that way. And I would really like it so we can just put the milk back into the dispenser here. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to move this forward by a block. Like that. I'm going to turn these hoppers around to face this way. Now you guys know, I'm not really all that great at redstone. I'm just going to put that underneath there so I can put that on there. I'm really not the best at this kind of thing, but I like to give it a go. I like to experiment. I'm going to put some blocks there to place that facing up and that facing... Oops, I need to shift click, don't I? Facing up. So, now when I throw something... I got a cough as well. When something gets fired out of here, and we can activate that with a block and some redstone that goes in there. You heard it tick then. So it's going to fire out of there, go into the hoppers, come back to this one. Now, I don't know exactly... Man, I'm so ill. How I'm going to get this up here. I think the best thing that I can do is put some blocks in here. Just turn it on and see what we can make happen. Okay, so it's firing them out. And it's collecting them up in here. So at the moment, we've got no way of getting them out of this one. So if I take that away, and I put this block here, and I splash myself again. So now they're going out of this one. They're staying at 19, going into... Where is it going? Where is it firing? Is it not going into that one above? It's not going into the one above. Hang on, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shush. Be quiet. Why is it not firing up into that one? I know why. Because I'm an idiot. I need droppers, not dispensers. What a noob move. Right, dropper and... Nope. I gotta try and... It's in my way! Go away. There we go. Okay. Attempt number 2. Boop. It's so loud. There's sand, there's console, there's everything. Okay, so if we have a look in here... Okay, it's going in and it's going out. Good. And then in this one, it looks like it's going in then going out, which means this one should be staying at roughly the same number. It is! Okay, so we've got that working. So I should be able to now take out all of the podzol that's in the system and replace it with some milk. How many, if I just fill the whole thing up. We have milk being constantly... Milk is being constantly shot out and re-put in again. And I think we've got it in a way where the milk can't go anywhere else. It can't break or anything like that. It reaches all of the hoppers depending on which one fires. I think That's a successful little stage 2 that we'll dress up in some kind of way. We'll put like a wall up there and make it look nice. Okay, so from here, I want to add sugar. So we've got sugar as an item here. I think we'll probably do a similar thing, but I would really think it would be cool if I could have the sugar dropping from above into a line of hoppers at the bottom. I think that would just be a cool thing to do. If I could get milk buckets to go around the outside of that as well. This is completely useless, but it could just look really cool. So if we get some hoppers, and we're making this up as we go along, as you could probably full well imagine. We're going to put some hoppers down here. If we get like 5 blocks, I think is a nice amount. Roughly there. This is where the sugar's going to fall into. Boop. And it's going to go along to this end one. And I want this to then somehow go back up to the top. So again, we need to use droppers, not dispensers. We need to use droppers. Now there is quite an easy way to get these to like fire all at the same time. I think I got pretty lucky there. But if I could get it up to something like that, and then I don't know exactly how I would want this to work. Like maybe on this middle one, we have a dropper that fires down, and that it should be like, it'll mostly be down, but it should sort of go off to the sides and stuff like that. And if I put a hopper on top of that, and if I put a block on top of that, it should drop it out of it, right? Like, I'm thinking, get some more glass. Like this. And then putting some water in here. And then that'll should, I don't know if it will. Maybe I'll have to put like blocks around here or something like that. But I'm hoping it'll go into that one. If I could probably do a quick test one, couldn't I, with a button or something. No, not quite. Okay. Then I shall take that out, and I should put that in the top. Night vision potion. Okay, so then that'll definitely work. We know it'll just push it into the top there. So I need to somehow now make this all activate up to constantly sort of go around. Now, instead of making another one of these kind of things, I think if we can be smart about this and try and take the power from here, like I can take it off anywhere here. This one's nicely on the floor. We'll reset the power to give us full distance. I think I'm going to go back here. Like, what's the best way? Like, if I do that, obviously, oh, it's not even going to reach. Okay, we'll just put it there then. If I put it here, I can then reach this bottom one nice and easy. But how do I get it to loop all the way up and around in a way that sort of works? Like, do I do it like this? Let's try this first. In fact, let's just do even this small section of it. Like, I can hear things ticking. And if I turn it on again. In fact, let me turn the volume down. Off, even. We don't need to hear that going tick, tick, tick the whole time, do we? And if I go in this bottom one and I place in some sand, it's going up, but how high is it going? Okay, it is going up into this one. Well, that's super handy, but how do I now go like back on myself now to this one, then everything's working. When it works, it's going to look quite cool. But I want it in a way that's quite neat. Now, I can probably find a way to hide that up a little bit. But is there a way? Now I know that that works. Is there a way that I can sort of go... Does slabs still work? Like, I'm working in an old version of Minecraft, which doesn't really help things. Okay, that does jump. Let me put another something in there. Okay, that works as well. Okay, that is actually quite handy. Let's move this slab to this side. And if I do this, I should be able to get a fair way up, I would assume. But I've got to try and shift click while falling. That's a little bit annoying. I don't know if that last one will trigger.
Battery low.
Okay, it's not activating all of them. Like, that one isn't getting activated. Let me have a think. I'll be back. Sometimes the simplest approach is always the best approach. That's just how it works. So, I've also noticed that our milk, we've had 2 or 3, in fact, by the looks, milk problems. And I think the way that we can solve that is by sticking glass over the top. I didn't think that we would need to do it, but as it turns out, it looks like we're going to. So I'm going to surround it in white glass. A little bit of an upgrade to the clear. I think it looks a little bit cooler. I don't know, changing this glass texture to how it is now, like the normal glass, I mean, it sounded good at the time, and I've hated it ever since I've done it, and I've never changed it back. I should just change it back. But anyway, this is now firing out, and it should be, yeah, we've got a full stack in this one now, which means all we should have to do is that, right? And we've got it firing out. Okay. So it should collect, once we start getting the walls up, it should collect all of them. And we'll have the second loop done. It's going to be great because there's going to be no maintenance for this. And I don't think it's going to matter whenever I shut it off. If I leave the world and come back, it should just carry on. There shouldn't be like a reset that I'll need to do or anything silly like that. Now, if I was in a newer version of Minecraft, I'd be able to use like soul sand or something like that in order to get out of there. Soul sand to make like bubble streams and stuff like that. But I think this is gonna. I'll just put it in there to make sure we've always got enough. Oh no, it needs to be sugar. I need to. I'm bringing them out. Look, 40, 41, 44, 45. I need a stack is what I need. I need the 64. I don't think I've lost any anywhere. Just clicking like a madman. Clicking like a madman. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it. Okay, so there's a full stack. So we can get some sugar now. And we can put a stack of sugar in there. Here it goes. There it is. Punk, 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 punk. And because they're all on the same clock, I don't think it'll ever get all that clogged in here. Like 1 or 2 I'll be happy with. If this number starts to climb, it's because like the droppers won't be keeping up with this. But because they're on the same redstone line, we should always have the sugar coming out. And it is doing what I said. It's going mostly down, but we are getting some sort of fire off to the left and the right. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, so there's the sugar has now been added to our ice cream. What we need to do now is add some flavouring. Now, I would like this to be like wool or clay. Clay's actually got some nice colours too, actually. It's probably got more colours than wool does now. And I would like something really colourful. It's been very, very factory here. I'd like to add a little bit of magic into it. I don't know how. And I don't know if I want more things being fired out or if I want to just be a little bit, like, creative. Obviously, movement is good. So maybe we go with some pistons. And you know what would be really cool? Is if we can select what flavour we would like. So let's just run through an idea here. If I got some pistons, let's just go with 3 for the moment, and we get some clay of different colours. So we'll go with, I don't know, red, green, yellow, yeah, fine, and green. Just selecting 3 colours. And I put these colours on here, and then we have a lever that we can choose. Oh, they need to be sticky pistons, duh. The simplest of mistakes. So we can now choose which flavouring we want. Like I want strawberry, so I flick that lever, and then this activates something. Like somehow by lifting that block up, we activate that as the flavouring. Now how can I pull a signal out of this in a clever way? Like, I can't put a repeater there to pull it through, but what I can do is I can put a block under that and then have it on top. And then put the lever on here. Oh, but it powers... Oh, no, but it won't power the one next to it. If we all have them like that, right? And then... Yes. And then we have some repeaters on this back side. So when we lift it up, we only get that one come out. When we lift that one up, we only get the middle one come out. So we have... Splash. We have our selector. We can cover this up in some blocks. We only see like the flavouring block. And we can add pretty much as many as we want here. And now we have an output on the back to be able to trigger something like dyes. You've got all the colours for the dyes, and there's red dye, but it doesn't. If for some reason the inconsistencies in Minecraft, at least at this version, this isn't red dye. This is just rose red. Very strange. Even if it just goes up to a dispenser that fires it up, and then can we get it to go like back down and back into itself again, so it just fires up and down all the time? Like, would a dispenser won't fire through a hopper, will it? No. God, I like to be clever or try to make something different. I like the whole idea. I like the movement, and I like the eye to hit. Oh, we've had some spillage somehow. It must be from out of here, right? Oh, unless it's popping. It can't be popping over the top, can it? Oops. I can't put it here, so we'll just have to hope that it doesn't run out. This has got to be making ice cream around the clock, 24/7. We can't delay. Let me have a quick think, and I'll be back about this, okay? Okay, so I've got something here. It's not completely tileable, and by that I mean I can't have them right next to each other. I did try, and I'm sure there's probably a way to do it. But I've got these little units. They're very compact. They're only 3 blocks like deep, 1 block wide, and was it like, I don't know, 5 blocks tall or something like that. But when I flick the lever, here, the light lights up. A little bit of light, something a little bit different. on there, and we can pull it back down, and the light goes off. Hey, I think that's pretty smart. So with this little design, we can get a bunch of different colours set up. So let's get some blue. Let's get some, I don't know. Oh, I think I like that pink better. We'll get that pink. We'll get an orange, because why not? And some brown for some chocolate. And that should do for colours, yeah? Splash. So we got green, blue, pink. Go wait. That one and that one. Piston, 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 piston. It's really annoying that I've got to click every time to get the right colour. Colour. I don't know what orange would be. Orange doesn't, to me, sound like a very great flavoured ice cream. Oh, no. No, I don't think orange... Like, I like lollipops, like Soleros, that have, like, an orange outside. They're like a tropical flavoured one. They're nice. I can do with them. But, I mean, like a tub of ice cream that is orange flavoured? Ugh. I don't think that really sounds all that good to me. So we'll just build these up together in case some of you are a little bit confused on how it works. This lever powers this block, which powers this repeater, which turns off this torch, which turns on this torch, which then powers the redstone on the top, lighting up the lamp. It's pretty simple. I don't think there's really all that much complexity to it. And I think it could look pretty neat, especially when we sort of tidy it up and stuff. They're really easy to build too. Awesome. So we can now choose our colour. And why not? We could go multiples. We could have orange and blue if we wanted to. That's going to look really cool, like when you come into the room and see that ahead of you. Obviously, when it's all done up nicely. I think that's pretty cool. I am, though, however, out of time. And we've got the add ice stage to go. I'm going to put that sign back down that I broke so I don't forget about it. I need to somehow add some ice to it. But everything is still running. I can't see any more sugar laying about anywhere. So it seems to be working 100% efficiently. Let's turn my sound back up so I don't forget. Oh, my headphones are turned off now. Only you guys can hear it. There we go. I'll turn it off for you. So everything should just sort of settle. And then if I turn it back on... Yeah! Alright guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. This is a huge amount of progress this episode. I'm very happy with this. I'm actually excited to do the interior to this because I think this is going to look really cool. And we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!